energy update again. I'll just use numbers. So this is number 1. So this is a live reading on the love energy update. I did 6 yesterday, but I'm not quite sure how many I'll do today. Just see how things progress. What's the energy between my channel viewer and their person? So I feel that you were separated, and that's taken some time for you to heal from this connection. But I feel like you've both now considered seeing other people, and there could be a third party involvement on either side. Either you like someone or they like someone, or there's something more serious going on both sides. But I get the impression here that it took some time for you to get over this person because you really felt that you had an affinity with them. I feel that, you know, this person cared for you very deeply and you cared for them. But I feel like this person wasn't as aware of your feelings as you being a person in their life that they really could trust. You were the angel on earth, I feel, that protected this person, because I feel there was a bit of distance between you, but there could be a time very shortly where you're closer together on the physical. But this person just didn't realize how caring you were towards them. But they understood that your connection was love and is love. But I feel on their side, it was more like a passion of theirs. You were somebody to really dream over. But at this point in time, I feel the barrier is distance. There seems to be some distance, but there's a closeness to it. So this person's either on the verge of being closer to you, or the distance isn't far enough the distance is away, but sort of within your vicinity. So I feel that means, I don't know, like if you live on the mainland, they live on, or they're visiting an island, something like that. That's the kind of impression I get. So what's it going to turn into? Well, if this reconciliation happens, which is possible, I feel that this person has to break away from the impression that you are a lost love. They have to break away from that, because there needs to be some type of opportunity to see one another again. There has to be that opportunity, and it says that is very possible. If you're able to reconcile, it says that the connection will turn into something very sweet, very loving, and it will be a true friendship. So that was number one. I feel that you have to progress that though, because it just hasn't had, you both haven't had time to explore your feelings for one another. So this is number two, the love energy between my channel viewer and their person of interest. The love energy between my channel viewer and the person of interest, their person of interest. The love energy between my channel viewer and their person of interest. Oh, so, you know, you were really mad at one another at one stage in the past, and there's been some healing energy that has helped you to move on from whatever happened. I feel that you've both been working as well. But you felt at some point in the past that you just had to let this connection go, because it was either too toxic, or people who were influencing the relationship were toxic. I feel also that there's been some career issues on both sides, and which were toxic issues as well. And so there's, you know, and also we've had this situation in the past couple of years, or the past few years, where things have turned about for many people in terms of their career, and there's been some breakages. So, and also some, you know, kind of very dark energies that have resulted from that time. So I feel there's a combination of messages in these cards, but you're at the point of healing. But I don't know, it was pretty bad, whatever happened. I know you're in a type of frame of mind where you feel you can forgive this person and you love them again, but it was pretty bad. If you weren't aware, there was a separation between you, and it was the result of somebody else, but that connection didn't work out. It didn't turn out very well, and I feel that you were left on your own, and a lot of things have happened, like quite a few things have happened. So you've had to take a healing journey, and it says to me that you're both moving towards a position of forgiveness towards one another, but it doesn't really progress onwards. So I feel that in terms of your healing journey, you have to be mindful of your treatment. There are some aspects you wish to just forget, and there are some aspects that you are trying to transmute. You're trying to transmute that energy into something more loving, into something more faithful. But it says to me that I feel that you're going to take a more practical mindset and you're going to move towards a position of forgiveness of one another. And then the message there stops for now because I feel there's some progression that needs to happen with that connection. And so this is number 3. And there's love energy between my channel viewer and their person. So this shows me that you could have grown up with this person. Or there could be something familiar about them which reminds you of a younger time in your life. Something about their personality. And I feel that you really look into every different aspect about this connection. I feel that you really do try to understand the love between you. And you try to feed very positive energy into it. But your person has had some anger that they've dealt with. Now, I'd say it's more like something that's turned into some type of disappointment, which means that there's always a cloud over their head. But they try to push the feeling down that they've had a hard time. So I feel that this person protects themselves from your light energy by putting a barrier up between you. And the reason I feel they put a barrier up is because they've found it really hard to connect with their light source. And to me, you've been their only light source for quite a bit of time. You know, that you're the only nice person they've met, basically. So it turned into a type of love. But because they're so self-defensive or so defensive over the treatment of others, it's very hard for this person to embrace the gift that you want to give them in terms of love. So it's going to take some time for them to embrace your gift. It's going to take some time. I feel that the feelings are mutual, but this person has a type of energy about them which is kind of, I know, very cynical. It's more like a disappointment that has turned into a skepticism or a cynicism, something like that. But I think most of all, this person is defensive. It's like, how can I embrace a loving relationship when I've dealt with so much? I don't know how to do that anymore. This person wears a heart on their sleeve, which is something that you connected with. and there is a genuine love and a genuine passion between you. But because of this person's experience, it's very hard for them to embrace what you want to give them. So it's going to take time. There's some release that needs to happen. It's not happening. This is number. Yeah, there needs to be healing. So this is number 4, I think. The next deck, anyway. So I feel like you're just getting your confidence back after having quite, I don't know, a hard time with trying to get others' attention. It's like it's like you're a very attractive person, and you did have the attention of others, but you didn't have enough opportunity. And I kind of get from that it's like a wallflower issue. To me, this deck denotes a type of wallflower. So you are both mutual, and this person's a wallflower, and that's what you kind of connected to. That's what you're connected to. You're both very passionate people, but you're also both wallflowers. So I feel that with this connection, it's still very loving and passionate. And it can grow into something very real for you both. But you've got to get out of that dream state. You've both got to stop being unrealistic about what it is you want from one another. And you can do that. It says there's passion and growth there for you into the future, but relationship growth. But you both need to wake up to the experience of love together, because I feel that, you can, a dream can just become a fantasy. That's what it says here in this deck. And that's kind of not what it's saying is a future thing. It's saying into the future, this becomes real for you both. But the challenge at the moment is that you're dreaming too heavily over one another and you're not doing enough about it. So there is a chance for you. I feel that the connection into the future, if you can really get yourself out of this unrealistic state of mind with one another, because it says it can happen. It says it can happen on the physical. It will be like a passionate, very passionate friendship. I feel the reason that it turns into that is because the dream is greater than the reality, and you've invested so much energy into that dream that doesn't quite match what the situation is between you, but the outcome is still very, very fortunate for you both, very connected. The future shows a connection there between you, which is real. And given the situation as it stands, I feel that's a very good outcome. Okay, everyone, that was my live. These readings resonated. Please like, share, subscribe and comment. If you would like a personal reading, my details are in the description box below. See you next time.